R.I. presents
Sea people, mountain people. Erosion. Continued last time. From the darkness of the cave, Ryoji finally escaped. He staggered with a tired body as he reached the road he had found. Reassured, Ryoji began to walk along the road with slow steps. About 5 minutes after he started walking, a long-awaited car appeared from the front. He unconsciously turned to the car and waved for help. Then the car seemed to notice him, slowed down, and stopped. When the car stopped and the window opened, it was an old man who showed up. "What's the matter?" the man called out to him as he opened the window. "I got lost in the marshlands," he replied, but inwardly the words came out of exhaustion and difficulty in explaining. Above all, he was not able to organize the experience so far in his head. "And from where did you enter the marsh?" when asked by the man. He was a little puzzled by the answer. "I think it was near the ruins." When Ryoji answered without confidence, "Hakato, did you get in from that place?" Men were a little surprised. "I'm sorry." When Ryoji answered so with his eyes down, "Get on. I'll take you to that place." The man pointed to the back seat of the car and urged him to get in. "Thank you." Ryoji bowed his head, answered so, and got into the back seat at the urging of the old man. When he got into the car made a U-turn on the spot and turned back down the road, so from the back seat, he said to the man driving the car, "I'm sorry I had to turn back." The man replied, "Oh, no problem," and he said, "Where did you come from?" He asked in a soft tone. "I'm from Auroran." When Ryoji answered, "Oh, you're from a long way away." Looking a little surprised, the man, "There are few tourists at this time of year, so I was surprised to walk in such a place." Man laughed and talked to him. "I'm sorry for the inconvenience." When he answered that, "It's okay." Men laughed, saying, "So, you'll be tired, relax." The man told him so, drove the car, and turned back down the road. Within minutes of starting the car, an observation deck appeared on the left. A little further down the road from there, the man who was driving talking him, "Is it here?" And when he looked in the direction the man was prompting, he saw the sign of the Hakato ruins. "Yes, I think it's this place," he replied, and the car turned left and headed for the ruins. Then he saw a familiar car parked on a side street about 10 meters away. When Ryoji saw it, he immediately noticed that it was his car. "Oh, my God. That's my car. He was surprised and gave a voice. Did you park your car in such a place? The man who was driving was surprised and stopped the car just behind the car parked on a side street. However, even after the stop, Ryoji remained in the car, sitting in the back seat, staring curiously at the car in front of him, not moving. Then the man, different car. He looked back and asked Ryoji, "Why is there a car in such a place? I definitely parked my car in front of the meadow." While thinking about such a thing, "Oh, no, maybe it's mine. I will confirm." He opened the door and headed for the car. When he approached and looked inside the car, he thought it was definitely his car. And when he took the key out of his pocket and inserted it, he was able to unlock it normally. When he opened the door and looked inside, nothing seemed to have changed, and he felt a little uncomfortable. But he closed the door and went back to the car where the man who sent him was. Looks like it's okay. Thank you. When Ryoji thanked him, the man replied with a smile, "Oh good, then be careful driving the car," and Ryoji replied with a smile, "Thank you for sending me." When Ryoji thanked him again, the man replied with a smile, "No problem," bowed once, then moved the car, made a turn and drove off. When he saw off the car that was driving away for a while, he returned to his car, sat in the driver's seat and moved the engine. When he heard the sound of the engine, the relief of the fact that the car had moved eased his previous tension and he sighed slowly. He was stunned in the driver's seat for a while. And after a while of not moving in the driver's seat, he gradually began to feel hungry and thirsty, and even if he thought about it now, he thought there would be no answer, so he decides to return to the city. Thinking of eating something first, he made a U-turn on the road and turned back the way he had come and headed for the harbor. He thought there must be some kind of food shop around the port, but when he found a convenience store on the way, he stopped the car without hesitation. He couldn't stand the hunger and parked the car, which paid off. When he chose a drink in the store and went to the bento corner, there was no favorite fried chicken bento, so he went to the cash register with Makonachi bento in his hand. And when he put the goods in front of the cash register, the clerk who saw him looked surprised. "Welcome," the clerk said, turning his gaze slightly below him before quickly starting to type in the cash register. He wondered at the clerk's gaze, and when he looked at his body immediately, he realized that his whole body was muddy. He became ashamed of himself, who had not noticed the thing, so he hurriedly paid and quickly returned to the car. When he returned to the car and looked inside, he saw that the seat was muddy and he had to give up, so he couldn't help but sit in the dirty seat, laughed lightly, and then gave up and started eating his lunch. When he finished eating his lunch, he threw the garbage in the trash can, and then looked at his body on the way back to the car and thought about what he would do from now on. He didn't bring a change of clothes because he came out without thinking about going far. There was only one face towel at hand. To stay at an inn somewhere, the whole body is too dirty and it bothers. Even if I go into a public bath somewhere, I don't have a change of clothes. When he looks at his watch, the time is before noon. If I go home now, I think I can go back to my home before it gets dark. After making up his mind, he started the engine quickly and went back in the direction he first came from. Today's story ends. Videos are updated every Saturday. Please subscribe to this channel.
See you again.